Rihanna broke down in court, not over a song, a business deal, or even a scandal, but because the man she built a family with allegedly demanded 70% of her fortune. What would make A$AP Rocky think he's entitled to the empire she built? Out from scratch? And why does she now say he never truly loved her? This story is deeper than gossip. It's about betrayal, power, and the price of trust. There's something deeply unsettling about watching someone so powerful, so in control, be reduced to tears in front of the world. For years, Rihanna has been the image of confidence and command. Whether she's walking into a business meeting, taking the stage at the Super Bowl, or launching a new brand that disrupts an entire industry, seeing her in this kind of vulnerable moment reminds us she's not immune to heartbreak. Success doesn't shield anyone from betrayal, and money can't protect you from being hurt by someone you love. People close to her say the hardest part hasn't been the money itself. Rihanna knows her worth and has worked too hard to let finances shake her. What cuts deeper is the idea that someone she chose to build a life with, someone she had children with, could turn around and see her value not in her soul or her character, but in her bank balance. That's what broke her. In private, she's said to be doing her best to stay focused on her children. Friends say she's keeping her routine simple, staying home, spending time with the kids, avoiding press, and letting her legal team do the talking. She's been through public storms before, but this time, it's different. This isn't a feud with another artist or a disagreement with a record label. This is personal. This is her family. As for A$AP Rocky, he stayed mostly quiet. No public statements, no interviews, no social media rants, at least not yet. Some interpret his silence as strategy, while others say it speaks volumes. A few industry insiders claim that Rocky feels misunderstood, that his request wasn't as cold or greedy as it seems on paper. One unnamed source close to his team suggested the 70% figure wasn't about taking Rihanna's money, but about negotiating a future that reflected their joint family life, their lifestyle together, and the assets they shared over time. Still, even the suggestion of claiming more than half of someone else's wealth, especially when that wealth was earned independently before the relationship even began, is controversial. The general reaction has been outrage. Even those who usually avoid celebrity drama have found themselves commenting, because this isn't just about Rihanna and Rocky. It's about a dynamic so many people have experienced in their own relationships. Imbalance. One person giving more, one person taking more, and the devastation that follows when you realize it's not mutual. This story also brings up an uncomfortable truth. Women, especially successful, wealthy women, are often expected to share in ways men never are. When a rich man marries someone with less, no one expects her to fork over a massive portion of her earnings if things go south. But when it's the other way around, there's often a quiet assumption that the woman will take care of him, that she owes him something for being by her side. It's a subtle double standard, but this case has made it glaringly obvious. In some ways, Rihanna's story is now becoming part of a bigger conversation about power dynamics in relationships. It's not just about who earns more, but how that earning power is respected or resented. In interviews over the years, Rihanna has always been clear that she values independence, loyalty, and authenticity. That's why this hits so hard. If even she, with all her experience, instincts, and insight, can be caught off guard, what does that say for the rest of us? Fans have also pointed out how calculated Rocky's move feels in the timing. Just as Rihanna was reportedly preparing to step back into the studio, possibly gearing up for a long-awaited music comeback, this legal drama hits. Coincidence? Maybe. But some are speculating that Rocky's camp saw an opportunity to apply pressure when Rihanna was most focused on protecting her brand and legacy. This moment could be defining, not just for Rihanna, but for how women in power protect themselves moving forward. Already we're seeing a shift. Celebrities are speaking up. Lawyers are reminding clients to think twice before merging finances without boundaries. Fans are tweeting reminders that protecting your wealth doesn't mean you don't believe in love. It means you believe in yourself first. And in all this, Rihanna isn't playing the victim. That's never been her style. Even in court, even through tears, she's still in control of the narrative. She may be heartbroken, but she's not broken. She's taking the time she needs. She's choosing silence when it matters and strength when it counts. We may never know all the details. We may never see the full legal documents or hear exactly what was said in those private conversations. But what we do see, what's clear through the headlines, the courtroom moments, and the heartbreak, is a woman refusing to be diminished, refusing to let her success be turned against her. And that's a lesson worth remembering. Whether you're building a billion-dollar empire or just trying to protect your peace, don't be afraid to set boundaries, to ask questions, to say no, because love shouldn't cost you everything you've built. And that's what's so powerful about this moment. Not the court case itself, not the drama, not the headlines. What makes this moment resonate is the way it reflects something so many people go through behind closed doors. Most people will never sit across from a partner in a courtroom with billions on the line. But the emotions, the betrayal, the heartbreak, the sense that someone you trusted took advantage of you, that's universal. Rihanna's story just happens to be amplified because of who she is. But the core of it, the vulnerability of trusting the wrong person, the shock of realizing their love might not have been real, the pain of seeing someone reduce everything you've built to a dollar sign, those feelings are deeply human. And that's why so many people are watching this unfold, not just with curiosity, but with empathy. Of course, the internet being what it is, not everyone is reacting with compassion. There are think pieces, tweets, even memes trying to spin this into something funny or shallow. But anyone really paying attention can see this isn't just some celebrity meltdown. It's a cautionary tale about power, about love, and about knowing when to protect yourself, even from the people closest to you. And let's not forget, Rihanna has always been a symbol of strength. She's been through public battles before. She's faced criticism, judgment, and trauma, and each time she's come back even stronger. This time won't be any different, but that doesn't mean it won't leave a mark. That doesn't mean it won't change her. Some sources close to her say she's already taking steps to restructure her business and legal boundaries moving forward. She's reviewing old contracts, putting tighter controls in place, and reassessing who gets access to what. She's doing what any smart person does after a painful lesson. She's learning from it, quietly, strategically, and without theatrics. Meanwhile, A$AP Rocky's public image is taking a hit. Fair or not, the optics of demanding such a large percentage of his partner's fortune are not good. Fans are calling him out, and even some fellow artists are reportedly distancing themselves. He may have underestimated the backlash, not just from Rihanna's fans, but from anyone who's ever had to rebuild after realizing someone they loved was more interested in what they had than who they were. That shift? That's part of Rihanna's impact too. And maybe that's the silver lining here. Maybe through this heartbreak, through this public disappointment, more people, especially women, will feel empowered to protect themselves, to ask questions, to take the time to really understand what they're getting into when they commit to someone, financially or emotionally. Because here's the truth, love is beautiful, but it shouldn't cost you everything, especially not your peace, not your independence, and certainly not your future. So what happens now? Well, Rihanna continues to take care of her children and focus on what matters most. She's surrounded by a team she trusts, people who've been with her since day one. And while she may be quieter for a while, don't be surprised if this experience becomes part of her next era, whether that's a song, a speech, a business move, or just a stronger, wiser Rihanna stepping into her next chapter. But for Rihanna, this is just another storm she'll weather, another fire she'll walk through, another lesson she'll carry into whatever comes next. So if you've made it this far into the video, thank you for sticking with this story. It's not always easy to talk about these things. Love, betrayal, money, power, but they matter. They shape us. And in watching someone like Rihanna navigate them, we learn a little more about ourselves too. Leave your thoughts in the comments. What would you do in her position? How do you feel about Rocky's demand? Should love ever get this complicated, or is this just the price of fame? Don't forget to like the video if this resonated with you, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in this story. Whether it's a court update, a surprise album drop, or just a powerful moment of growth, we'll be here to talk about it. Until then, take care of yourself. And remember, love should never feel like a transaction. Rihanna broke down in court, not over a song, a business deal, or even a scandal,